Hello and welcome to this week's episode of GingerTalks. I am Ginger Snaps. Joining us, as always, is the wonderful Druid Knowledge.
Hello. Fantastic to be here for episode 2. I can't believe we're here.
Making this a regular thing.
It looks like it, doesn't it?
I know, it's crazy. Doing something.
This is the kind of witty banter people are tuning in for.
Oh, completely.
Straight off the bat. I can't believe that we're on episode 2 already.
I can't believe we've done this much already. Oh my god.
So, in theory, you've listened to us for about an hour and a half already. Mm-hmm. And at this point, you're ready for more. And I really salute you for that as a listener.
Yes.
And I already cherish you as family.
We love your faces or your ear holes or whatever you want to consume this through. We appreciate you. Damn it.
I don't love your ear holes because they're full of hairs. It's really awkward down there. Cilia, that's what they're called. Ear hairs known as cilia. I don't care for it.
I mean, to each their own. I will not comment on ear hair. It's not my strong suit. But getting off of this awkward ear hair conversation, our guest this week is the wonderful Lilah Rose.
Hello, how are you guys?
Good.
Yeah, absolute pleasure to have you here today on the podcast.
I'm honored to be here.
I'm super excited.
Excellent, yeah. And I can't wait to hear the pearls of wisdom that you're going to let loose on the community today.
Oh yes, so wise.
wise beyond your years.
Fair.
All 5 of them.
Hey.
So for those of you who don't know who Lilah is my merch designer. She is also a moderator for me. And she's just a phenomenal artist and a great friend. And I will let her talk more about what she does and who she is.
Yeah, I'm an artist. That's really about it. I just kind of draw or paint whatever inspiration strikes and try and help out my friends as much as possible with like merch and moderating and all those things. It's not hard work, but it's good work.
Yeah, I think, just going straight into it, I mean, what people that follow the stream will notice straight away is the fact that, saying that you help out your friends, I think between the two of you, anyone that goes onto the stream will know that there's a close working relationship here.
Mm-hmm.
And, I guess my first question, and I think just to kick off the podcast, it'd be really good to just get to know how you guys kind of found each other, how that relationship grew, and where it is today, and maybe where it's going in the future.
It would be best if I let Ginger explain how I met her.
Okay.
Because that's a super exciting thing that happened.
So I've been, at time of recording this podcast, I will be 3 weeks shy of streaming on Twitch for a full year. And I decided when I started streaming that I wanted to give back in whatever way that I could. And so I decided I wanted to do a charity drive in the month of December. And so I decided to do my charity drive for a youth mental health charity. And I was streaming. I'll never forget the date. It was December 20th. And I was streaming, trying to raise money. And my computer was slowly dying out. So I was watching videos on YouTube with my chat and doing like try not to laughs or reactions and things like that. And I turn and I look and my chat exploded. And I had no idea what was going on. And then I look at my donation bar after a minute and I see that a really big streamer and YouTuber dropped $1,000 to the charity link, and flooded my chat with his supporters. And the big Ethan, Nestor, Crank Gameplays, watched my stream for about 5 minutes and hung out, and his chat just like bombarded me with love and appreciation. And I had mentioned that somebody asked if I had merch, and I said, no, I don't have merch. I don't feel confident in designing my own merch. And the next day, I want to say, I got a DM from someone saying, I'd be happy to try to design some merch for you, and if you like it, cool. If not, it's no big deal. And I started talking, and now the wonderful Lilah has designed all of my merch. She's now a moderator in my chat. She's a friend. She is stream baby. And that relationship just kind of developed very easily and very quickly, I feel like.
Yeah, we were pretty good friends by, like, January, I want to say, something like that.
Yeah.
We were already getting pretty close.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that relationship definitely shines through, you know, any time that you guys kind of share the same space. So I suppose there's a kind of, you know, just building on that. So what Lilah got you kind of hooked into Ginger's channel? Was it part of that that kind of bigger stream getting involved?
Yeah. So that night I had decided, at the time I wasn't making as much money, and I decided I would give what I could to one of the streamers he decided to raid that night, or not raid. I don't know the right word for it, but whoever, like, out of the people he gave money to that night, I would be able to support one of their causes. And I really identified with this charity that Ginger was giving to. And after that, I just kept hanging out, and I didn't really expect to. But we just kept hanging out and kept, like, playing games together and all that. And it was just such a good time. Still is a good time, obviously.
She hasn't left me yet.
I mean, like, yeah, well, exactly, right. Yeah. I mean, that's, you know, been going on for a good solid, like, half a year at least. Or more at this point.
It's been, like, 9 months.
Yep.
Almost.
Yeah, I mean, even in like, kind of, you know, my short time, you know, obviously, Lilah, I've been to your kind of video game streams. Ginger, I've spent a lot of time in your streams. And, you know, I think from both of you, there's that approachability. And then when you come together, it's just an award-winning formula for me. You know, I love the way you guys work.
It's definitely, it's nice. It makes it very easy to have that kind of rapport with someone when you can just be authentically you. You don't have to, you know, hide something about yourself, or you don't have to, you know, tiptoe around something, when you can just be like, hey, this is me and my crazy shenanigans that I'm doing, and this is what's happening. And I feel like,
yeah, and then I can hit right back with, this is my shenanigans happening, and you're just like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think we text, if we don't get on and play games together or stream and be in each other's streams, we text almost daily.
Just about, yeah.
Yeah, so it's, you know, it's not just a stream thing. It's not just mutual appreciation at that point. It's a genuine friendship. It definitely shows in the way you guys work together. I think, you know, people coming into streams kind of see that, and that personability is infectious. And, you know, even for, you know, I'm not a streamer myself, and as I said in the last podcast, like, I'm really not qualified to be here as such, but the essence that you both touch on and say it's like a space where you can be yourself and you kind of promote your shenanigans. I've definitely done that in both of your streams in my own funny way. And
Absolutely.
Yes.
yeah, it's really but it's commendable that you both have that kind of likability factor where you can allow for that in what you're putting out there, your content, what you create. But not to get all warm fuzzy on everyone, but I think that's a commendable trait, and that's why it's the essence of why we're able to do what we're doing now. And
part of whenever I started streaming, I wanted to make sure that people had a safe place that they could come to and just be themselves and not have to worry about, like Ginger said, tiptoeing around anything. Like, just be blunt, be honest, and that's all that really matters. Be yourself, and the rest will follow. Like, that's all there really is to it, in my opinion.
Yeah, and it almost seems like a cliche thing to say, but the importance of actually promoting that is so important.
Mm-hmm.
Especially today where, someone's identity online is so micromanaged and so refined, and just to be able to do something of your own volition without kind of the shackles of worrying what other people think, I think it's a really important thing. I think it's really cool. And I'll use the platform to say to both of you, thank you for creating that space.
Thank you for being a part of the space.
It's seriously.
We wouldn't have it without people like you guys.
Yeah, and I say very frequently on stream that a lot of it is about the creator, but it's also about the people who are supporting the creator. The night that Lilah came to my chat for the first time, I saw some of my best friends who were supporting me. Not only were they freaking out to me in DMs and texts and phone calls, but they were thanking Ethan, but they were also thanking everybody who came to chat that night. And it got lost in the sea of chat, but I went back and I rewatched it and watched my chat, and just seeing it all, it was the outpouring of love from my community to strangers, and those strangers just pouring it back. The community is the most important thing, I feel like, for a lot of creators. If your community is tiny,
100%.
Yeah, tiny community, giant community.
Especially on this format, though, more than anything else, because really it's a marathon, not a sprint streaming, isn't it? I mean, you're not doing an hour stand-up special. It's really a dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or whatever the word for dialogue is, where there's about 6 million people talking at the same time. But what a bounty for you, Ginger. I mean, obviously that day was very important for you in terms of, we spoke about it last time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that really seems like a watershed moment, and there's something cool about the fact that arguably the most kind of poignant relationship that you've kind of formed across streaming came from that day.
Yeah.
I think that's cool. I suppose it leads on to my next question for Lilah, which is kind of so we, obviously we haven't talked about art and your kind of primary interests and stuff like that, which we will obviously get into as this thing goes on. But I'm interested in knowing, where did you got the bug for streaming and kind of got into that outlet and things like that? What's the story of Delilah Rose on Twitch?
So, funnily enough, I had always really wanted to, and I never wanted to really commit myself to it because it's a big time investment, and I didn't know if people would actually come and watch and hang out, and Ginger convinced me that it's something that I should do because I can give back the way she has. Yeah. And that's what I want more than anything, is to be able to do those huge charity streams and raise money for these incredible different causes. And my friends, it's just such a great way to create a community and have friends.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I think both streams kind of prove that point. You know, there's such a network here, and you know, we've got such a rich vein to tap into for like guests and stuff because there's so many characters out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's such a rich well to go through. I guess on a sillier note, so like obviously, it's kind of, you know, you both base your kind of streams on games and playing games. How do you choose? Are you worried that you're going to be bad at them?
So for me, I've been lately sticking to a bunch of Call of Duty zombies because I've just very quickly become obsessed after being legitimately terrified of the zombies game mode, like would give me nightmares, and now I'm just obsessed and I can't stop. Like, we're playing again later tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Lest we forget the time the three of us had a go on Call of Duty Zombies.
It was great.
Oh, that was
I
wonderful.
probably won't forget it in a hurry.
I loved it.
It was so much fun.
Absolutely ridiculous. I felt like such a duck out of water. Is that a saying? Duck out of water?
Yes, that is a saying.
Yeah, I think so.
Fuck for that. I was about to step my foot in the podcast turd.
Oh God, not the podcast turd.
Conan O'Brien.
But outside of that, I've been playing a power wash simulator, which is just very relaxing and calming.
Yes.
And here soon I'm gonna start like actually just trying games for the first time on stream and just like going for it and not even like, I don't know, there's so many different games and indie games and like they're all just so different and it's just gonna be so much fun.
Yeah, that's really cool that you would spotlight, because I think there's so many games that are like ubiquitous with Twitch, and then to highlight I mean, there's a big indie game circuit. Let's not, split hairs, but thank God you're not doing Fortnite.
Oh no, God no.
Fortnite and Apex.
I taught at I don't know what you guys would call it, like junior high.
Okay.
Yeah, middle school.
Like 10-year-olds.
Yeah, sounds like middle school.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll never forget, like, this is a few years ago, but I'll never forget, like, the suppressed amounts of rage I'd feel when I'd see people doing Fortnite dances in the playground.
Oh, yeah.
Like at recess.
For the TikTok dances.
Oh my God.
These tiny children that have just ingrained those into their memory forever. Like, it's never gonna go away.
No.
Oh yeah, that's the thing, and maybe I'm being a gatekeeper here because like maybe I'm standing there and going, "Oh, you think you know the internet, do you?" Well, I was on MySpace.
Right.
MySpace Tom. Yeah, and I'm like, you don't know what you're talking about.
Oh.
You don't even know what Craigslist is, man.
I don't think Lilah really knows MySpace.
No. So this is what we'll learn over this, is where the point of reference stops.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ginger and I become complete boomers.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's not that bad. I was just barely outside of that world. I wanted more than anything, like seeing my sister's MySpace page. That like, I was obsessed. I wanted that, and whenever I was about that age where my mom was just like, fine, it was Facebook, which is just toxic.
Right.
Absolutely. And do you know what MySpace had that Facebook didn't have? Was the whole music connection.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because MySpace was a place where if you liked emo music, you could congregate quite safely.
So the thing,
yeah, and that's what I wanted.
I had a MySpace and a Facebook at the same time, and I would have Yahoo Messenger, MSN Messenger, and AIM open, I would be listening to music on my MySpace and just like constantly posting on my Facebook when I had access to the internet. That was literally my life. And it was, I think back to it now and I'm like, I feel so old. Like, how does one do those things anymore? There's no like Yahoo or MSN messengers anymore. And it's so weird to me.
Discord. Discord is the new AIM.
That's not the same.
Do either of you guys remember BlackBerry Messenger? BBM?
No.
So I never had it, but I had an ex-boyfriend who did.
Well, I remember it was a situation where there was a girl I really liked, and we spoke every day, absolutely every day. And at the time, you know, I was quite naive. Judd Apatow films were kind of at the top of the charts. So I'm speaking to this girl every day, and I'm like Michael Cera, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm in love. I'm in love with that. And we would message every day. And then all of a sudden, Blackberries became obsolete, and we spoke on BlackBerry Messenger. And the relationship just fell apart. From there, we couldn't migrate to Facebook. It was all in BlackBerry Messenger. And this girl, she has like 4 kids now. I thank my lucky stars for technological provenance.
I had my very first phone that didn't have a pull-out antenna. I jumped straight from a phone that had an antenna that retracted to LG. LG had a touchscreen phone that had like a music player and a web browser. It wasn't quite a smartphone yet. And I remember I had downloaded Yahoo Messenger. I had downloaded AIM. And I remember, because I had this phone when I was in college, back in like 2011. And I remember standing in a basement, holding my phone up to a window, trying to get my message to a dude I had a crush on to send. And, like, I remember those days vividly. And it's just, it blows my mind that, like, kids these days don't get it.
That reminds me of, there was one point where me, my mom, and my sister, we were looking for a new place to live. And I had a phone that was very similar to a BlackBerry, like the same kind of layout, but it wasn't, it was some off-brand, I don't know what it was. But I had to use those minute cards, you know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
I had one of those, 1 minute card, and every house we went to, I had to try and make sure that I had at least enough service to send messages to this guy I was talking to. And it was torture, because my mom would just watch me walk around holding my phone in midair, just walking all around these properties, just like, I can't live here. There's not service. And she was just like, oh, shut up. Like, it's not that deep.
You're killing my love life, Mom.
Uh-huh.
And see, I lived so far out in the country, I had to take my flip phone and hold it up on my index finger and stand at the hump in the driveway and pray that my text message sent.
Yep.
I don't understand how you're called Ginger and can see colour when it sounds like you basically were in the black and white portion of Wizard of Oz.
I lived so far out in the country that we had 3 TV channels. And
Yep.
like,
this is the Tucker Carlson rodeo.
oh, you don't even know. You had, like, everybody had a landline. Nobody had a cell phone because we were so deep in a valley that you couldn't get cell reception. I was in a valley, like, and we were at the bottom of the valley, and my driveway was 1/10 of a mile long, So, and I had to walk it every day. It was 20 minutes to a gas station or fast food. Like, we lived kind of out there. And, like, I grew up running around in the back field and walking over to my neighbor's house while he was working on a car. And just, like, sitting in the garage while he's drinking a beer and beating on a motor.
It's the section of the roller coaster tycoon map where all the guests are stuck under the roller coaster and shitting themselves.
Yep, pretty much.
Did I let you know that I don't understand that reference?
Lilah.
Sighs from both of you. Oh my god.
How
I'm
you do that?
I was incredibly we'll say sheltered as a child. So like I didn't see Inception or The Matrix until I was 20. So last year.
Say, Druid, remember, she's 8 years younger than us.
Yeah.
I remember The Matrix coming out. What a landmark moment that was for the flip phone.
Right?
And listening to the new metal music and like pretending you can fly with a fucking cape on.
Mm-hmm.
What? Lilah.
I know.
This episode is just going to be me having a fucking existential crisis every 5 minutes.
And
probably.
For the sake of 8 years?
Mm-hmm.
What's that? Things move so fast now. Do you know how long it took them to do things in, like, Greece?
I have those existential crises frequently, though. Like, you're just starting to get kind of keyed into my, like, I'm old moments.
No, I've been having them since I was 14.
Right. Right.
I've been sat here drowning in existential crisis. It's absolutely... It makes me a more well-rounded person. All in all. But I actually think having an existential crisis is germane and kind of... our generation, Ginger, has kind of took the existential crisis and made an absolute identity out of it.
Yeah, pretty much.
And Lila's generation look at our generation and they go, who's that fucking bozo in the Back to the Future shirt saying, you gotta watch this film.
Right.
I'm gonna invest in Beyond Meat.
And they're like, oh, what's up, boomer? And I'm like, go fuck yourself.
No, like, see, I don't understand calling people of y'all's generation boomer because, like, that's too far. Like, yeah, you've got, like, certain things that definitely age you comparatively, but it's nowhere near the difference of an actual boomer compared to, like, my generation.
Yeah.
My grandma wrote a book about her life, and it's called Confessions of a Baby Boomer. Don't look for it. It's not available on shelves, but she wrote a novel about her life. It's called Confessions of a Baby Boomer, and I'm like, I was speaking to her just today, and she was talking about this book, and she was like, I'm thinking of writing another book called Confessions of a Baby Boomer 2. And I was like, well, you don't realise how badly that title has aged. You may as well say that you're mining the Earth's core for fucking eel souls and whale blubber.
Right. It's like you don't want to do that to yourself. Please. For the love of God, Grandma, don't do it.
Don't do it, Grandma. Grandma Jane.
Especially now that you've got a platform and you're actively promoting.
Don't call it Confessions of a Baby Boomer, for fuck's sake! Grandma!
Why are you doing this to me?
Don't do it! Don't do it.
Start talking to your grandma like you're possessed.
I mean...
She's like... And she's going, I don't even know what a meme is, Michael. She's completely lost in this world.
They should call it a meme.
This is fair.
Me.
This is very fair.
Yes. So yeah, I'm gonna tell her to call the next book bottom text in white impact font with a picture of a fucking cartoon frog on it.
Sorry.
You get on 4chan, Grandma.
Oh, that would be an experience. Grandma on 4chan.
Oh, God. I'm just thinking of my grandma getting on 4chan.
Right?
Oh. Well, shit, Charles. Grandma, no, stop it. Grandpa can't read it. What?
Oh, shit, Charles.
That was...
What the fuck is all this lollygagging online?
My grandma, so my dad's mom, I would wake up in the mornings and walk out whenever I would stay with her, and she'd be frying bacon, whisking eggs with a lit Parliament hanging out of her mouth and a can of Old Milwaukee's Best at like 7:30 in the morning, cooking breakfast.
Sounds like my grandma, except minus the alcohol. But other than that, like, that it was tea.
Like...
My grandma's the fucking polar opposite of this. Like,
Really?
Oh my god. I can't tell you. Like, she could be on Downton Abbey.
Oh.
Yeah, because she's like, over the years, like, grown accustomed to the finer things, okay? And so they live in the country now, and English countryside is a lot different to you all in Central America in the Midwest. It's you know, she'll look out the window, and she'll go to my granddad, my grandfather. She'll look out the window and she's like, I don't know if we can leave the house, Ted. There's a chaffinch in that tree and he's looking a wee bit picky. We might have to look after him. So there's a sick bird in the tree. We can't leave the house.
That's
We can't
adorable.
leave the house. She's like, and so she says to him, let's pour him a brandy.
This bird drunk off its ass.
Yeah, you know, what's he gonna do? Like fucking Grand Theft Auto back? Like what the hell is he gonna do?
What is this big bird gonna do, Grandma?
I'm like, you're giving that bird brandy and it's leaving the nest with a 2-star wanted level.
Right? Oh my god.
Oh god.
The thing that I love is the comparison you made as you started that was that the English countryside is different from the Midwest. It's all about how we talk. And there's some reckless abandon here, but I mean, hey Jim, what you doing? I'm grabbing another beer. Get one for the dog. No, stop. No, you dumb hillbillies.
Get one for the dog.
Like...
Or my favorite is I went to a 4th of July party at a campground with a guy I was dating, and I want to say like middle school or so. And this group of people, I assume they were all family of his, put fireworks boxes in the fire. So you can imagine how that went.
Yeah, because for those of you who don't know, fireworks boxes actually catch all of the loose gunpowder that falls out of fireworks.
Oh, and they also didn't check that they were all empty.
Yeah. Yeah, those are big booms. Are fireworks legal where you are, Druid?
Yes. To a point.
Okay.
So it gets to so do you guys celebrate Bonfire Night, the 5th of November?
Not in the way that you guys do, I'm sure.
So for anyone that doesn't know, we let off fireworks here on the 5th of November, because of a guy called Guy Fawkes. Have you heard of him?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't.
So, I can't believe I'm about to get into this, but so Guy Fawkes was basically in the kind of late 1600s, maybe 1700s. People in Britain weren't happy with the government, and there was a big issue between whether the church or the state should run it, or the king should run it, or it should be the country should be governed by a parliament. And basically, this guy Guy Fawkes set up a plan to blow up and basically do a terrorist attack and destroy Parliament and destroy the government buildings with all the kind of elected officials inside. But he was caught and he was burnt alive.
Oh, shit.
He was burnt alive because you know, that's what you did in that time. You just burnt people. So what we do, he was apparently burnt alive on the 5th of November. So how fucked up is this? Every 5th of November, the British people still let off fireworks to give a big fuck you to this guy, Guy Fawkes.
Oh, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
So that, you know, so there's 2 times a year we do fireworks, and that's one. So they literally used to like burn effigies of him, like up until like maybe my mum was a kid.
Damn.
Oh my god.
Okay.
So
That's
hundreds of years we've been like, yeah. I kind of agree with him. Fuck him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of fuck him. It's the beginning of the Illuminati. But yeah, I kind of agree with it. Like, fuck him. But anyway, so we kind of let off fireworks for that.
Okay.
And what you'll see is like stores open up and like people are like selling fireworks around that time or New Year's. But I'll tell you what was funny is that I used to work in, I guess I would call it a supermarket. I don't know what the fuck you'd call it. A big store, basically. And
grocery store.
Yeah, it was like, but it's like quite big, like a Walmart, but not Walmart. And we had a shipping container come in for this Guy Fawkes night, full of fireworks. And fireworks aren't like cheap. You know, it's a couple of, you know, tens of thousands worth in this shipping container. And some people stole it. They came in with a blowtorch, which, if you ask me, is not the right instrument to break into a shipping container full of fireworks. But I digress. They broke into this shipping container and stole the fireworks, and it was clearly an inside job. Someone at the store had alerted people to where this stuff was going to be and like how much was in there. And I was 19 years old when this happened, and the store manager took me into a room with the police because apparently I was the main suspect.
Oh my god.
I'm just curious what you ended up doing that had led them to to be suspicious of you.
I mean...
Or maybe the person who had actually tipped off the people who stole them pointed the blame at you so that it wouldn't be on them.
Lilah, I'll tell you now, my crime was turning up to work hungover every Saturday and Sunday.
Yes, the hungover teenager will be the one who stole thousands of dollars in fireworks.
This guy doesn't appreciate the business.
This guy's not a dependable worker. He's here hungover all the time. We can't do shit. But he's there.
He comes in, he's hungover.
Do you guys know the story of me getting accused for theft at the previous job that I had?
I don't think so, no.
Okay. So the big box retailer that I worked at,
yes.
I sold cell phones in said big box retailer for a hot minute. Probably my first year, my first 2.5 years at the company. And I started part-time, and there was a full-timer who was there. And what would happen is they would if someone bought a phone that had like a gift card promotion, it would print a paper gift card instead of having us scan a physical gift card and acknowledging to the customer that they were getting this gift card. So our printer was always at a toner. And so very frequently we would resell the gift cards onto a physical gift card and give them to the customer. This one dude wasn't doing that. He was sliding the paper gift card underneath the register and then getting someone else to help resell him the gift cards, saying it was for customers, but he would just pocket the gift card. But he came to me one day and he started doing it after he realized I could do this, but I figured out what the gift card numbers were on the very poorly printed gift card pages. Mm-hmm. And he got busted dealing pot out of the store, stealing $5,000 in gift cards, and like $2,000 worth of product.
Oh my god.
And so that put me on loss prevention's radar, and I was like, I didn't know. I thought I've turned in all the weed that I found that was on the ground. Like, I found
it's out.
It was, he would pull his hand out of his pocket and like dime bags would drop.
Oh, dude.
Or he'd like
put it in your car at least.
Or he would like tuck it behind like a laptop, and somebody would come over and like pick it up, and I'm like, bro, like, come on.
Oh my god. Yeah, imagine being a customer and going to pick up a laptop and just a dime bag or two.
Yeah, like
just chilling.
Or like I'd
pocket that shit.
I would bend down and pretend like I was like scratching my leg, and I'd pick up the dime bag and I would radio a manager over and I would slide it to him. I'd be like, here, I found this. You should do something with it. And did like the like drug dealer hand slide.
Yeah.
And they would look at me like I was crazy, and I'm like, get the weed off the floor.
Yeah. Oh my god.
But
hey, I just found this dime bag, Holmes.
Hey, yo, you want this dime bag? I found it on the floor.
Well, I was about to say the store name.
Oh. Well,
yeah, we don't want to get embroiled in like corporate
no
corporate like, liturgy.
Well, and so that put me on loss prevention's radar, and we had about $10,000 in smartwatches go missing, and they thought it was me, and it was only like a watch or two once every couple weeks, and it went on for months. Sometimes 3 or 4 of them would go missing, and I went to them and I said, hey, I think it's so-and-so. I'm doing the right thing and reporting it. And they pulled me back into the office like 3 weeks later and accused me, and they took my access to the keys away. So I purposely would like call them over for keys and make a big deal, like opening and closing the cabinet.
Those keys.
Yes, I was being so petty. And then the manager who thought it was me apologized to me like last year, and he goes, yeah, we finally figured out it was so-and-so and that it wasn't you, and so I'm sorry for thinking you were a thief. And I'm like, damn right you're sorry, eat my ass.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my god.
I've got 3 points for that, and the first point is, if we had a producer for the podcast, then I would get them to put in Seth Rogen laugh tracks all over that, you know, like, and then second point, Lilah, have you ever like been accused of stealing anything? Because we could start maybe putting together an Ocean's 11 reboot.
Yes.
So the only thing that I was ever accused of stealing, I actually did steal, and it was my sister's cell phone. Because I was jealous that she had one and I couldn't, because I was like, I don't know, 9 or 10. So I just took it and put it in this stuffed tiger purse that I had, and that's all I did with it. Like, I just put it in the purse, and I was just like, yeah, I have a cell phone.
Oh my god.
And
that's what you get for watching the fucking Matrix too late.
Right?
You'd have had a flip phone? You'd be in the real world, you'd have a flip phone.
Mm-hmm. Lilah, you are guilty
Trying
of
to think if
stealing
I
one
ever-
other thing. My heart.
What's that?
Boom!
Aww.
I had to get her to go, aww, at least once.
My favourite story was the tiger bag.
Right.
Yeah. It was just this little white and black striped tiger.
Oh, so it was like a Siegfried and Roy. It was like a proper... It's like a Vegas tiger. It was a white tiger.
Yeah.
I guess so.
She doesn't know who Siegfried and
That's-
Roy are. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Every 5 minutes, man.
Here we go again.
This fucking child.
I'm lost in a sea of my own mortality once again.
I'm an adult. I pay bill.
And say, what do you pay Bill for?
Drugs mostly.
Perfect.
Oh, here we fucking go. Oh, get the 21-year-old on. She's fucking on pop.
Ah, shit.
That 70s show all over again.
Oh, that was such a good show.
That
You
was...
think so?
I enjoyed it. Like, obviously, I watched it as a child, so my perception of what's good and not is a bit tilted. But I enjoyed it growing up.
It had some good episodes with some good points, but most of it was... I mean, it's background noise for me at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I think for me, it's always going to be in like shows like that, sitcoms, traditional sitcoms. Frasier. I won't say it. Red the abnormal nose. I'm not going to say it.
We love you, Red.
We love you, Red.
All the love to Red.
But, you know, aside from, you know, the in-joke there, Frasier's fantastic. Seinfeld.
Mm-hmm.
And Third Rock from the Sun, I think, is really, really underrated.
I haven't watched Third Rock from the Sun in so long, but that was my favorite show growing up. Like, sitcom-wise. Absolute favorite.
So dumb. Lila's probably like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I know one of the three that you mentioned.
Which one?
One.
Yeah, Seinfeld.
Seinfeld. You don't know Frasier?
Frasier was
Like, I've heard it,
almost
but-
before my time. Like, Frasier was, for us, Frasier was kind of old, I feel like, even for us, though, Druid. At least here in the States.
Yeah, something that I grew up watching was Married with Children.
Oh, right. Hey, pig.
Mm-hmm.
The most obnoxious laugh track of all time.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
So I think there was a thing in Married with Children where on the later seasons they really capitalized on having scantily clad women just turn up in the house.
Yep.
So, but what they would do, and if you go back to like old episodes, it's the funniest thing. What they would do is, and if anyone wants to check this, I think it's about midway through the show's run when it's really at its peak. They start bringing scantily clad women out, and you know they have the canned laughter, the recordings of the crowd and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What they do is they really amplify the reactions of the men.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll hear all this, like, you know, this classic sitcom, like, whoa, someone in bikinis walked out, oh my god, whoa. and then you'll just hear like a guy in the background going like, yeah, she's hot. And it's oh my god, you just hear it. They've like amplified like the creepiest guy in the room.
It's like they mic
Like-
just that guy in particular and just weave his commentary in there.
Yeah. So like a girl will walk in a bikini, and you'll just hear a guy go like, "Work it, baby."
Yeah.
I can't
Unhear
I can't
that.
disassociate that from the show.
Yeah.
At all.
That I watched with my mom. There was a show called 8 Simple Rules for Dating My Teenage Daughter.
Fuck that show.
I loved that show, and when John Ritter died, like, they had a very emotional episode for that. And I remember sitting with my mom and talking about like death and like people we had lost in our family, and like it was very surreal. I haven't thought about that in a long time, but I was just like, I watched that, which had very good moments like that. We watched 2.5 Men, and I didn't get a lot of the jokes. Now that
was another one I watched a lot.
Now that I'm older, I'm just dirty.
You go back and watch it now. Oh my god.
It's so bad.
Oh, it's gotta be garbage.
It's, I mean...
Or not necessarily garbage, but you know what I mean.
Well, it's... The word I'd use is not garbage, and I know this seems like pedantic, but the word I'd use is trash.
Yeah, like, I get that.
Yeah, it's complete, like... It doesn't fly today.
No, problematic is the word I was thinking of.
That's a better word for sure.
And like it goes to it speaks to like how our age range has changed things. Like, it's so weird.
But do you know what's crazy to me is that from 2.5 Men, so the creator Chuck Lorre, that's his name, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
He moved on to The Big Bang Theory.
Yep.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I didn't know that was the same creator.
Yep.
Yeah, it's the same guy. And it's funny because I don't think it's recognised like how much like that show has influenced like how people act today about pop culture.
Yeah.
Because
1,000%.
Certainly, Ginger, you'll remember a time where being into like comic books and kind of that side of pop culture was just, you were a loser.
Yep.
And that's the single conceit of the show. And I think there's a definite correlation in the popularity of that and people latching on to things like superheroes and things like that. But the thing that bums me out about The Big Bang Theory more than anything is I just find it so horrifically unfunny and actually quite toxic.
Yeah. Yeah. It takes all of the stereotypes of nerd culture and just
turns it up.
Yeah. Leonard for me was one of the most likable characters on the show, and that's saying a lot because ooh buddy. And like just Raj not being able to speak to women. Like first of all,
and then he gets drunk and he
can.
Yeah.
But then he's just an asshole.
And
I'd censor myself. I feel so weird saying asshole, which is what I'd actually say. I sound like fucking Hugh Grant. I'm such an asshole.
Are we getting to the Hugh Grant portion of the recording?
I've got a Hugh Grant story if you like.
I love this story. Please tell it. I don't think Lilah knows it.
Yeah. So, there's a friend of mine he was down at a place called the Cliffs of Dover, which is right at the kind of south of the UK, and it's a really picturesque spot. And he's there with his family, and this friend of mine, he's a bit of a norm, bit of a buffoon. He's got, his leftover ear stretchers still in, and he listens to pig squealing music. But so anyway, he sees a Ferrari parked on top of this cliff, and the guy's a bit of a, gearhead, loves cars. So he walks over to the car and starts taking photos of this Ferrari. And a man starts walking over to get into the Ferrari, and they're like, fucking hell, that's Hugh Grant. That's Hugh Grant over there. Then my friend goes, Mum, let's go over and take a photo with Hugh Grant. Let's go over. And they walk up to Hugh Grant really excitedly. And they're walking over. And, Hugh Grant can obviously just see them a fucking mile away. Like walking over with their phones in their hand. And my friend walks up to him and goes, mate. And Hugh Grant just goes, fuck off, mate.
I can't say I blame him. But
I like that story. It makes me like Hugh Grant more and my friend less.
Yeah.
Because who sees a car and loses their shit like, oh, a fucking Ferrari, I'm going, oh.
I mean, people gawk at my fiance's car.
I mean...
What's he driving?
It's just a Dodge Challenger.
He's driving me crazy, that's what he's driving.
I mean, I have friends who obsess over cars, so they wouldn't give a shit who owns that car. They'd go take pictures of it.
I don't understand that. Like, I feel creepy taking pictures in public because I'm like, or like videos in public where it's like, I don't know if these people are cool with being on, like being in my photos or my videos, so I'm just gonna not.
Right.
And it's very scarce where I see a car and I'm like, ooh, I need a picture of that car.
I would just Google the fucking car.
Right?
What exists? Like the best cars I've ever driven are in Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
I've never played GTA. That's something I should play on stream.
Do you know this is something we should do as a trio?
Oh God!
Is that we should do one of the fucking in-game heists.
Okay, I'm in.
Oh God! See, the thing that I love is like I've dabbled in GTA. But I love that the person you'd expect to have played GTA hasn't, and the person you don't expect has.
Right?
Like...
And, like, I tried to play it as a kid, but I couldn't figure out the driving mechanics.
Right. That's interesting. Well, because I grew up on them. So, 2001, GTA 3 came out. And I remember going to a friend's house, and there'd literally not been anything like it. So, we had, like... You know, and I don't know if this is the same for Ginger, but like when I started playing games, it was all 2D games. It was like Sonic the fucking Hedgehog.
Mm-hmm.
So in 2001, when I had to go at GTA 3 and you could just do whatever you want, it was a landmark moment.
It was one of those times when an open world game really hit. Because GTA is, technically it's open world. Like, you can drive around and do whatever the fuck you want, but, like, you still got shit to do. I was at least a gen or two behind on consoles, and PC gaming for me was out of the question. So, like, everybody else is playing, you know, cel-shaded PS2 games, and I'm sitting over here with a Sega Genesis, like, what up? How's it going?
Well, my Genesis was such a favoured item that I had, and I think this is something that we can appreciate. Not to single you out, Lilah, here, but like just seeing how far games progressed was just. You know,
see, I can appreciate it too at a limit because my first consoles were the like Nintendo 64, the Super NES, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And like even had an Atari for a time.
Yeah.
So,
and
while it's not as strong, I can still appreciate it.
Shit games on the Atari.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
I had a friend at high school, and he was like my best friend in the world, and he had like Atari 2600. He had like just every console. He used to have a Neo Geo arcade box in his house.
Oh,
and
wow.
It was like seriously amazing. But like the thing that's tainted the memory of that guy was realizing that every joke he ever told me was from the Angry Video Game Nerd.
Oh God.
And he was just ripping everything he ever said to me off that fucking show.
Those of you who spend a lot of time talking to me, Lilah, and Druid, you as well, but probably not as much, know that I quote a lot of things and make a lot of references. I was that kid to a worse extent in high school, but I was constantly quoting, like, Foamy the Squirrel.
Oh, yeah.
I was watching Foamy the Squirrel on illwillpress.com, like, back when it wasn't on YouTube. Do you know what Foamy is, Lilah?
No.
I will have to send you
imagine
videos
it's
of
similar
homework.
to Just by the name, it makes me think of Happy Tree Friends.
Yeah.
Sort of.
By the way, do you remember that? Fucking
Yes.
I was obsessed with that throughout like middle school, early high school. It was rough.
I had it on DVD.
I had to catch it.
DVD.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had it on DVD.
I need those DVDs.
Yeah, and the menu screen when you like press play all, it had like an animation of one of the characters coming on, and then like an anvil would like fall on them and make them like pop open.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Angry Tree Friends is more graphic than Foamy is, but Foamy the Squirrel was, to me, it was hysterical. I remember cackling at like midnight when I should have been in bed, but I had snuck out and got on the computer. Like, oh my god, it was, yeah. We'll have to.
Happy Tree Friends was on Netflix very briefly.
Yep.
Yeah, which is wild because it's literally like a Newgrounds cartoon.
Yeah. Lilah, we'll share some Foamy. I'll get you the highlights and we'll educate you.
It'd be interesting to see how that's like how that's aged over the years.
Right?
You know, he's still putting out content. Like, there's still new Foamy the Squirrels, and they're not super graphic, they're not horrible, but man, some of them age fine, some of them not.
The one thing at that time that I always quoted and had memorized. Have you guys seen Wayne's World 2?
I'm not.
Not 2.
So there's a speech in it. I can recite the speech. I still remember it word for word. I could recite the speech for you.
Do it.
Go
Do
for
it.
So, context. Wayne, Mike Myers, and Garth, Dana Carvey, both of Saturday Night Live, go into a British roadie's house. And the roadie is like one of these classic, like, old rock band roadies, like a stoner. And he's, you know, that guy that is into heavy metal, that, like, he'll tell you, like, my uncle owns this club, and Jimi Hendrix used to drink here. And that's like a metal dude thing to do.
Yep.
So this guy's like that, and he tells a story about when he was roadieing for Ozzy Osbourne, and here it is. Just give me a second to get into character. Okay, and here we go. So there I am in Sri Lanka, formerly Ceylon, at about 3 o'clock in the morning, looking for 1,000 brown M&Ms to fill a brandy glass, or Ozzy wouldn't go on stage that night. So Jeff Beck plops his head round the corner and mentions there's a little sweet shop on the edge of town. So we go, and it's closed. So there's me and Keith Moon and David Crosby breaking into that little sweet shop, eh? Well, instead of a guard dog, they've got this bloody great big Bengal tiger. I managed to take out the tiger with a can of mace. But the shop owner and his son, well, that's a different story altogether. I had to beat them to death with their own shoes. Nasty business, really. But sure enough, I got the M&Ms, and Ozzy went on stage and did a great show. And scene.
Can I just say the sad thing is I know stories like that, but besides the beating someone to death with their own fucking shoes, stories like that actually exist.
Can I just say the silence at the end of that was absolutely deafening.
Oh my god, I loved it. I loved it.
Don't pretend.
Oh.
I was more focused on why he only wanted the brown M&Ms.
Classic, it's like rock star thing to do.
Uh-huh.
Is that where Twitch streamers are gonna go?
God, I hope not.
Oh, I hope not.
I won't. I'm gonna be like, I just need like a roof, and then like you can just like throw chicken nuggets at me and I'll be fine, or like a pizza. Like I don't need a whole lot.
Like, as long as I have food and like maybe some candy, I'm good. Some water, that's about it.
It's
I just want candy, water, and chicken nuggets.
it sounds like Lilah.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
it's so on brand. Oh my god, it's
Hey,
so
at
on
least I'm
brand.
not saying Doritos and Mountain Dew.
Thank God. I had a look at Kevin Hart's writer when he came and performed at my college. And for those of you who don't know what a writer is, it is demands that the talent or personality or whoever makes when they're coming, like, these are things you have to have. So the reason, like, Ozzy wanted all those brown M&Ms, it's because it was on his writer. Like, so I saw Kevin Hart's writer when he came to perform at my college, and it was a dry campus in a dry town. And he had bottles of, like, triple sec and vodka and Henny and JMO. And the coordinator that was in contact with him was just like, hey, we're actually a dry campus. And he's like, oh, shit, no, that's cool. Like, ain't no big thing. Then just give me some pop and, like, some snacks.
Good. At least he wasn't a dick about it.
And he rolls in with his entourage of 3 people, and they're standing in the back just, like, drinking pop and, like, eating popcorn. It's like, what is this? This was back during his, like, right after his first 30-minute special aired on Comedy Central.
Oh, whoa.
This was way back. And I sat in the front row, and he made fun of me all night.
What?
Yeah. So when, Lilah, you know the laugh, but Druid, I don't know if you've heard my very unique laugh when I'm like, I'm falling out of my chair laughing.
Oh, yeah.
But,
I'm gonna ignore the fact you're like, Druid, you've not made me laugh that much.
oh,
Well,
bullshit.
the only reason I've heard it is because Storm and I were playing probably Call of Duty,
Yep.
and not Druid, Jesus, I was reading your name on my screen. Storm had said something, and I overreacted to be silly, and he said, "Stream baby, do you need your binky?" And Ginger lost her mind laughing, and like damn near fell out of her chair. It was the VOD's probably still up, to be honest.
I did fall out of my chair. I took off. Yes, I took off my headphones, ducked my head into my knees, hoping my mic wouldn't pick it up. And I sat up and I started laughing again, and I went to lean over and I just plopped out of my chair.
Oh my god. Good job.
But it's this obnoxious, like, sound.
I'm sorry. You're right. What?
Love that we're all just sitting here giggling.
What the fuck was that?
That's
Right?
Yeah.
You just can't, you're laughing so hard and you can't catch your breath, and you're trying to get in a breath to laugh, and it's just this heaving.
But the problem is I still have my tonsils, and they're huge. And so, like,
what a strange flex.
What a weird flex.
My tonsils are bigger than your tonsils.
Weird flex,
Fucking gay.
Okay. You know what?
Monitoring a fucking jar next to Rasputin's dick.
But I laugh like that because I still have my giant tonsils. And, like, Kevin Hart made fun of me all night because of that laugh. And
I mean, I laughed like that as a kid, so I know what that's like, but it wasn't by Kevin Hart.
And
yeah.
So we're walking through the parking lot going to my friend's dorm, and the parking lot where he parked his SUV was in that lot, and he just whips around out of nowhere and cuts me off from my friends and just like stops, and he's like, "Thank you so much for being such a good sport. That was so fun. That was so funny. I hope you had a good time. I hope I didn't offend you." And I was just like, all right. All right. We cool.
He's like, dude, your fucking tonsils are tiny.
You got tiny tonsils, man.
You got little Kevin Hart tonsils.
You got little tiny Kevin Hart tonsils. I can't fucking do nothing with that.
When Kevin Hart laughs, he goes, he sounds like a dolphin. I sound like a fucking manatee with those fucking iron tonsils.
You know what?
Hey, at least he was such a great guy to, like, come and make sure that you were good with it after.
Yeah. Like, that was the
And
one
not
thing
just,
I'll
like,
give him.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm. That's my ex-wife's goal was to get my laugh on someone's, like, Netflix or TV special. Yeah. 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 Yeah, you think that's
you,
funny?
Ginger.
You know what? You know what? Both of you can bite me, okay?
Oh, fuck.
You know it's out of love.
I know.
I love you, babe. We gotta get that fucking weird tonsil manatee laugh on Comedy Central.
Oh, dude, she tried so hard when we went and saw Craig Ferguson live. She made sure that we sat close enough that he could hear my laugh. And he was about to call in a medic to come look at me and make sure I was okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Like, I've had good experiences with big shows like that. And as someone who did stand up for a while and who still does stand up occasionally, like, I get it. Like,
You should do stand up whenever we go to Dragon Con.
oh god, I don't even know if there's going to be a mic around.
Well, I mean, like, in town somewhere, there's bound to be.
Oh god. Oh god. Maybe.
Hello, Dragon Con. Hoo, hoo, hoo. Humor comes in different scales. But,
My god.
God damn it. You know, for as much chaos as I expected, this has been fairly tame. And I think I'm okay with that.
I mean, we could have lost the narrative. What I've noticed is that we appear to just end up at some point talking about fucking sitcoms.
Yes.
Because Lila's not heard the first episode yet, but we talked about Matt LeBlanc for about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Good.
How you doing, Lilah?
How you doing?
How you doing? I'm a douchebag. Fucking wise guy.
I'm dumb, but I'm pretty. How you doing?
Because what else do you fucking need?
Right.
Look at Machine Gun Kelly.
Oh.
Oh.
No,
Problematic.
Well, I don't know what to say.
Just problematic,
Yeah, we'll just problematic. It's fine.
to put it lightly.
Well,
Oh, he sounds like Blink-182, so I like him.
don't.
Travis Barker's got my favorite neck tattoo.
I like his music, but he's made some pretty gross comments about wanting to date underage girls. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
problematic.
Gross.
Yeah.
Fuck off, Machine Gun Kelly.
For a second, I thought you were talking to me. I was like, what?
No. Yeah. Don't worry. I'm on Team Lilah, and
I hope so.
that's what this is all about. If I wasn't on Team Lilah and I was on Team Machine Gun Kelly, this would be a very different podcast, wouldn't it?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Like, our first guest is Travis Barker, and he's like, I'm done telling fucking jokes.
God damn it.
My mohawk is falling over. I'm super relevant now.
Do they make Cialis for Mohawks?
Hey, oh fuck. These stiff as a fucking board.
I love that that's the joke that killed you too.
Oh my god.
That's possibly the quickest and best joke I've ever fucking heard.
It was so good.
The only person with stiffer mohawk than Travis Barker is the guy in the Alien Ant Farm Smooth Criminal video.
Yes! Oh my god.
Who has a mohawk made of literal bones.
Oh fuck, hold on. I'm pulling it up. I wanna fuck tits. Shit. Don't mind me. Everything is fine.
Don't say tits.
I say tits all the time. Shut up. It's fine. Everything is fine.
I mean, she has merch coming out that's all tits.
This is very true.
Hashtag tits are great.
Tits are great. Hashtag stepping for Ginger.
God, stop it.
Can we just say, the fucking decade of the ass is over. Hashtag tits are great.
Yeah.
I don't understand people's obsession with just ass in general. It's like,
I mean,
it's because they like what they're told to like.
Okay, as someone who really enjoys asses, I
like they're great to look at, but I don't understand like eating ass.
Fair.
Like I don't get it. It's just gross to me. Like I'm thinking about the potential health concerns to it, and I'm like, please don't.
I mean,
no comment.
I'm just gonna abstain from that and choices.
No, because every person is a sculpture, and you need to, if you're with someone in a consensual relationship, you need to treat them as such, as if they were carved from marble.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, if that's what you do, it's what you do. Like.
Yeah, no, I'm not trying to shame anyone. It's just I personally think about the health risks, and I'm like, no thanks.
I mean, yeah.
Like, I'm not here to kink shame anyone. It's just like,
yeah,
I'm thinking about how potential or how things can go because I'm always thinking about the worst case scenario and everything. And it's just like, oh, that's not a good idea. Oh, honey, no.
Oh, honey, no.
Oh, sweetheart, no.
No.
No. No.
It sounds so ridiculous the way you say that. Oh, sweetheart, no. What are you doing?
Oh, God, what are you doing over there? Come on.
Think of the litmus test. Oh, no, this is far from neutral, honey. If you put iodine on that, oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
Wait, did you say iodine?
Iodine, tomato.
Fair. I was just very confused for a second. I was like, what is that?
Remember, he's from somewhere else, honey. It's okay.
I know.
Yeah, this is like an international podcast, man.
Yeah.
Like, who knows, like, where the next guest is going to be from. Ginger and I are going to have to adapt to a whole host of world cultures. We have to, take the chemical imbalance of eating ass and just fucking roll with it and roll with what the guest wants.
But what about what the listeners want?
Yeah, I think that's more important.
I mean,
fuck the listeners.
Oh,
okay.
That's fighting words.
I love the listeners. We have approximately 0 listeners, so I can say what I want because I have no idea who is actually.
That's fair. This has yet to be aired, so.
Who's going to get to the point where we start talking about the sanitary elements of the disgusting actor we're talking about now? Let's underline this. Let's go on to something more productive.
Do we want to get into some questions from the community?
I was about to say that's probably a good idea.
I think it's about that time, yeah.
Okay. I think there's one I want to save for the end.
Okay.
It's the one that we all have been thinking about. Let's see. Do you want to ask the first question, Druid, or do you want me to ask?
Well, being as you've got them in front of you,
Perfect.
and you asked the first one. Are we just going? Yeah, from the tab. So I will endeavour to get the next one up, and I'll ask the next one.
The top one is the one that we are going to save for the end because I think that's the most.
Yeah, I could feel that.
Yeah. So, a wonderful hostile puma asks, "Can we devolve back to monkey?"
So can someone explain this to me?
Let me see what kind of... I was playing Skyrim when this question was yeeted into chat. I don't quite know what Puma was meaning by this question.
I think he was referring to how many people believe in evolution and how we evolved from monkeys.
Probs.
And he wants to know if we can devolve back to that, but I would say no, because we don't know for sure that that's what happened. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
Okay, yeah, interesting response. So that's a hard no. We couldn't go back.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not saying it's a hard no. It's just I doubt it.
People are getting rid of like hair.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like left, right, and center. So like people like waxing their chests and things like that. So we're probably going to become like, you know, like we're going to like look like we're made of fucking rubber, as opposed to like going back and looking like chimpanzees.
Yeah, I don't think we're ever gonna devolve physically. I think eventually.
I think...
Does that mean you think mentally?
Mentally, I think
very possible.
Some people have already devolved back.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think that unless something really detrimental happened, I don't think we would devolve. I think we're gonna continue to like just keep evolving, like how some people are like being born without wisdom teeth because we no longer need them, that kind of thing.
So my kind of gauntlet that I'll throw in for this question is take a look down at your toes and just tell me that you're going to be able to like grow a thumb out of the side of that shit.
Right?
Jesus.
Like we're going to be able to like have hands for feet. Like it's just not going to happen. Like,
yeah, I don't foresee. I mean, who knows where the human race is headed, but I just don't think we're going
faster.
So yeah, so that's the follow-up question is like, I suppose if going backwards isn't an option, what is going to happen going forwards?
I don't know. Like I'm hoping that we can maybe lose some organs.
Yeah, like the what is it that doesn't do anything? The appendix?
Yeah. Like.
Yeah, get rid of that.
Just get that shit out of here.
Right.
Yeah, fuck off.
And part of me wants to see, like, strength growing in the spines, but then, like, in the arms and hands. I want to see how, like, I would be enthralled with the knowledge of what we will evolve to, because we're doing so much with our hands in the way of texting and typing and gaming, and that is such a change.
Yeah.
I would love to see.
So, you like long index fingers that you can like order with,
or like
from a distance, like like you know, like on Honey Boo Boo when they've got like a wand that they can press the microwave with
right.
like 20 meters away. And then also, I mean, like as a part of that though, I think the next logical step of evolution is eyes.
Mm-hmm.
because of looking at screens.
Yep.
Yeah.
So like bigger pupils.
Yeah.
Or
Like
being
over
able to
here.
handle the blue wavelength better without
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
such intense headaches.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like evolution isn't like going to be like a natural process, but like a technologically like man.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah, especially with like almost everyone with the PC setup has like 2 to 4 or 5 screens.
yeah.
And always having a cell phone and tablet, and even in cars, it's everywhere.
So we're basically going to turn into Zordon from the Power Rangers
Yes.
in a big glass like shuttle, and you're like Rangers, Rangers. You can't hear what he's saying. Rangers, Rangers.
Good old Power Rangers, the OG Power Rangers. Shit, dude.
Yeah, didn't it fuck you up when you found out? Well, I don't know if you found this out, but it's filmed in Japan, and when they're in the suits and stuff, it's not actually the American show. They've just dubbed over a Japanese show.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Did you not know that?
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
I
don't
mean,
know
it
if
makes
it's the
sense.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the case today.
No.
Yeah.
But when it started, all that like, because it's so kaiju, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Like when they get in the fucking Zords, they do their thing for Angel Grove. They fucking do the business. But like when they get into the suits, it's like it's pre-recorded from a Japanese show that came out maybe like 5 years before
Yeah.
the American one started.
Whoa.
That's why there's
Yeah,
such
and
a
then-
quality difference.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why like the teen drama seems so shoehorned in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Huh.
Now Lila's gonna go back and watch the OG and just be like, son of a bitch!
Yeah.
Because I grew
Holy
up...
shit, why is that-
cynical Lilah.
Why is that throwing me for such a loop right now? Why is that like... That's fucking with me that it's just a dubbed show. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad that I could like.
You could
know,
give
if
her
I've
an
done nothing
existential
else-
crisis.
If I brought nothing to the table, that's BuzzFeed knowledge. Let's be honest. That's
Well-
like if you name all these candy bars, we can assure you're of a genius level.
You gave Lila an existential crisis in return for all the ones that she gave you.
Fair.
You've heard the ones that I've commented on, let alone the ones that have happened like silently
Yep.
throughout the episode. Like, crazy, Lilah, crazy. Somebody stop this girl.
Not me from what?
Somebody stop this girl. Just like breaking millennial psyches left, right, and centre.
Yeah.
Twitch communities full of fucking like old losers.
Oh, so old.
We're like, oh my god, we're so old. Well, I'm like 29. I shared a meme on Facebook the other day. It was a picture of a cyclone, right? And it said, "90s kids, your 30s are coming."
God damn it. How did we get from can we devolve to monk to Power Rangers?
Right?
It was actually like an abstract moment in which we showcased the act of devolution in front of the listener.
Yeah, holy shit. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we couldn't say anything intelligent about that, so it turns out we're gonna have to just talk about the Power Rangers instead.
Boom, 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 boom.
Boom, 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 because we're all pop culture fucking idiots.
Accurate.
Yeah, like, this is how I'm gonna devolve, is I'm gonna turn into one of those pop vinyl figures. And like,
So many of those.
yeah, but it's like I'm like Goku, but like the Goku no one wants because he's asleep in a pod. I'm like, why did you bring this out? Pop vinyl. I collected Pop Vinyl Dragon Ball Z number 74. It's Goku asleep in a pod. He's still got his tail intact.
Your reference is
I need
going.
to send you guys a photo of how many pop figures I have.
Oh God.
So you're an avid collector of pop vinyl?
Yeah, my fiance and I. It's mostly him.
Right. Yeah, that guy.
It's because he
That
knows.
loser.
That guy.
He knows more about
Working.
pop culture than you, though.
Oh, absolutely. He's the one who got me to watch Matrix, Inception, Back to the Future. Oh, there was another one. Hobbit, Lord of the Rings. He got me into that.
Is he slightly older? If you don't
Yeah,
mind.
he's in a few days actually about to be 24.
Yeah. So this is what I'm saying. Like, this facet of pop culture dies with us. I genuinely believe that.
Yep.
Well, unless you guys like continue to pass it on to like your children or your families
Or
like
stream
younger
babies.
Yeah, but if I have a kid, he's gonna be like, Dad, Marty McFly's shit.
I mean,
Like, Doc Brown, 88 miles, but why
No,
do you
that's
keep
why-
saying that? So
That's why you
keep
show
saying-
it to them when they're young.
Yeah,
When
but
they're
he's
young
like,
and you
what?
make them appreciate it.
Yeah, he's like, Dad, why do you keep showing me Nirvana? and why have you got like a figure of Piccolo in the corner asleep? I'm like, he's training, son. he's summoning Shenron.
Why do you have so many plastic figures of these popular people in
well,
shows?
do you know what he's gonna say? He's like, Dad, they're all plastic. You're a fucking animal. He's like, you destroyed the coral reef, Dad.
Mhm.
And he's like, don't get me started on your vinyl collection, you asshole.
Oh God.
He's like, yeah, son, I collect vinyl. It's like better than Spotify because it makes noises that shouldn't be on the song.
I mean,
Me having bought a new vinyl yesterday.
I may or may not have
well-
bought a vinyl at a concert a few weeks ago.
No, well, my collection's like it's like several shelves. That's my pop vinyl. I've got like Deep Purple records from the fucking 70s, like on my dad's dad.
We'll have to
Phyllis.
compare vinyl sometime because I have a whole bunch of classic vinyl.
Excellent, yeah, I love that.
And then there's me with Queen and Billie Eilish.
I mean, I don't
They
expect
go
much
together
else from
like
you.
a horse and carriage.
They do.
Dale.
No.
Dale. The best thing Freddie Mercury ever said was, Lilah, you might have seen this. You know the Sex Pistols?
Yeah.
They had the bass player Sid Vicious. And Freddie Mercury has a story where Sid Vicious came into the studio where Queen were recording. And he said, like, oh, Queen, this is fucking opera shit. Oh, we're Sex Pistols, we're punk. And Freddie Mercury just said to him, well, isn't your name Simon Ferocious? And fucking kicked him out of the studio. Absolute gold.
Oh my God.
Good.
That's amazing.
Love that man.
Yeah. What an icon.
Ugh.
Shall we move on to the next question?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is what Ginger was saying. Oh, it's not been very chaotic so far. Here we go.
Now's
Yeah,
the
this is-
chaos.
It has happened. It's official. We're in the and any listener that's still with us up to this point, I'm gonna guess it's just some people we know by name at this point. But
Yeah.
Right.
Well done.
Props to you.
Yes, congratulations for making it through our nonsense.
Well. Second question. So, no, I said I'd ask this. So, Mrs. KB Wells asked Lilah a question, and I'm so glad that she's asked this because we have not touched on Lilah's art at all.
Mm-mm.
We have been very bad interviewers here, but KB Wells brings it back. We're here to promote Lilah,
Yes.
and Lilah's a great artist. And KB Wells says, what types of art do you do? Just digital? Pencil, paper, paint? If you do multiple, what is your favourite type to do?
Yeah, so I do digital pen and paper, pencil paper, let's see, painting. I make jewelry. Um, let's see. I very briefly made dice, but it's a little too complicated for me to really enjoy it. But I'd say my favorite is probably painting. It's what I tend to always go back to. It's what I've done the longest for sure. Well, besides pencil and paper, obviously, but like, there's just something so calming about it, and just zoning out and just seeing the colors. I don't know. It's
So
and just being messy.
Is there a particular kind of paint you use?
I mostly use acrylic and oil based. I'm really hoping to get more into watercolor. I got a new watercolor palette recently, so I'm gonna mess around with that again.
I used to paint and couldn't paint acrylic or oil, and could only paint watercolor, and it's because watercolor has this kind of, you know, you add the water to it and you bleed the colors in, and it has that, and it's such a strange like precision to it.
It's mesmerizing.
Yeah, there's something about, but you know, what it doesn't have that acrylic and oils have is like a sense of texture, I think, on the canvas or on the page. So is there any kind of style that you like to paint in?
Not really. I kind of mess around with a lot of different painting styles. Like, for a while I got really obsessed with Bob Ross and his style, and like acrylic pouring, and where you paint your body and lay on the canvas, that type of thing. So I've kind of done it, a little bit of all of it.
That's so cool. Like, just like a wide, like, kind of berth of stuff. Like Bob Ross makes it look easy, doesn't he?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's you know, it's so accessible.
Oil paint is so frustrating.
Oh, I can't do it.
It gets muddy so fast. It's so, like, he makes it look like it's just, paint some little happy trees, and it's like, these aren't trees, these are just blobs of oil.
This is just a blob of amorphous color, and I'm gonna throw this canvas away now. Okay, thanks, Bob Ross.
and then he cuts away, like, you want to learn the technique, he cuts away and he goes, here's a little squirrel. Right, look, they're at my ranch. Look at this little guy. Wow, he's great. And you're like, Bob, please, I want to be an artist.
Bob, please, I want to paint.
Bob, please.
Please, Bob, I know you're gonna beat the devil out of it, but what do I do next?
I know you've got a bird's nest on your head, Bob, but we don't need to see every species that's ever fucking lived in there. I love him. But so are you trained in art? Is it something that
I had art classes in school, but like never beyond what was like really mandated, I guess. There was a period where I was supposed to be in band, and I went to the first day and I pulled out my clarinet and I was putting it together and soaking the reed, and I was just like, can I switch to art? this isn't fun. And like right after that class I went to the principal's office and I was just like, hey, can I switch out of band into art? And they were like, yeah, that's totally fine. And I'll never forget that art teacher. Like, he that reminded me of while I was in his class, he liked the way I just the way I use color.
Right.
And I'll have to find the picture and show you guys in probably a month or so. But he put my self-portrait that I did into a local art show, and I won.
Nice.
Wow.
And that was the first time where I was just like, oh, this is what I want to do.
There's something about winning an art show as well. It's not like winning an award for like almost any of the other creative outlets, and the reason for that, I think, is because art is out of, if we're talking content and things people make in creative endeavour,
Yeah.
I think art is the most subjective.
Mm-hmm.
So really, we can talk skill and things like that, but I think, with art, it's like, what did they like in the room? And it's just amazing that you were able to do that. Well done.
Thank you.
Mhm.
It was very surreal because I was in like 8th grade or something, and I was shocked that my piece was even put into it, let alone to like be what people like the most out of all of it there, because there was incredible work there. And I still have the certificate somewhere, but it was just a little certificate and pin, and it was one of my favorite moments, I think, with my art, aside from like what I'm getting into now with designing merch and all these amazing things that I get to do.
Yeah, so, and then the designing merch, I mean, that's so different to
Mm-hmm.
painting,
Yeah.
isn't it? Because it's yeah. No, carry on, please.
It's so similar to like drawing on pen and paper and that type of thing, but like you can obsess over every pixel,
Mhm.
and I kind of can't let myself, otherwise it'll take me way too long to get what Ginger needs to her.
Yeah.
There's a
I think-
certain
Oh, no,
piece.
sorry.
There's a certain piece that she had sent me. I think it was probably a pen and paper drawing,
It was.
and she sent it to me, and I was like, "Oh my god, I love that." There's just a couple little things I would tweak, and it took probably 4 or 5 months
Yeah.
to finally get the final version. And he's the little creature that's on all of my banners for like my Twitter and my Twitch. And
Daryl.
I love him so much.
I'm so happy you like him.
And it's just, but it was one of those things that I was, for me, I know that art takes time. I know that like I can go on Fiverr and hire someone to design me something, real stupid and easy and quick. But the thing that I love about Lilah's art and all of the merch she's designed for me is I've seen her actively work on it. Like, we've been on FaceTime, and she has been working on the most recent piece she did for me. And we talked, and we collaborated. And that's one of the most valuable things for me as the person whose name is going on the product, that I get that little bit of collaboration.
Yeah, and I never want to do something that you, like, aren't okay with. Like, I will never have my feelings hurt if you want something changed or, like, edited at all. Like, there was a point with one of the drawings where I had written on the wrong layer all across the, canvas, essentially, and had to go in and erase, like, by pixel, and it was excruciating, but you love the piece, and that's what I'm here for,
Yeah.
That's professionalism, is what that's called.
Is it?
Yeah. I mean, no. Well, what I mean by that is, in terms of that kind of art's different from just like expression. It's working to a brief, right? So I mean, I guess that you show that you're able to adapt and change to what like a client wants at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's a completely different skill. So I guess in a roundabout way, I'm just saying that you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Yeah, I can't say it enough. I love every piece of work that you've done for me, and that's why I continue being all like, hey, so I'm thinking about this. Yeah. I mean, you guys collaborated on the cover for this podcast. And
yeah,
I basically said, I kind of like these colors, and you guys went to town, 2 totally different designs, but then you came together and made a final design, and it took me 2 seconds of looking at it to go, I love it. I'm cool with that. And if you guys would have came back to me with another version, I would have looked at it. And, as someone who has to make these decisions now, Lilah, and Druid, I think you fully know. I am so laid back and so chill. It's like, oh, sure, whatever. Oh, I like that. That's cool. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not
So definitely helps with me designing for you.
Yeah.
Is I don't have to be like so uptight with myself about like everything being absolutely perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Because...
what I was taken with was like the changes you made to the design for the podcast were like inspired in a way, because they weren't big changes, but it really makes it pop.
Mm-hmm.
And that just like showcases like a level of like an eye for detail, and like that skill.
Yeah.
To me, like it's skill to me is like being able to just see, like, look at something and make it better. Just like have the eye for that. I think it's keep at it. It's exciting.
Mm.
Oh, I will. I'm for the first time in a long time with everything that I'm doing for Ginger and myself, and I feel inspired and like excited to keep going forward.
Good.
And there was right.
Yeah. It's half the battle there.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane to see the difference in the girl who won the 8th grade art thing in town to now designing merch and like eventually creating my own. It's such a full circle kind of thing that I'm excited to see where it keeps going.
And I'll add one thing to that, and it always makes her like freak out and kind of clam up, but it's the fact that somebody is walking around displaying her artwork, whether it's on a water bottle, whether it's on a glass, whether it's on a hoodie or a t-shirt, a tote bag, whatever. It's showcasing her artwork in a way that 8th grade Lilah never would have thought was going to be possible.
Absolutely not.
And I feel honored to be able to do that.
Yeah, it's reaching eyes that you never thought would see it. Yeah, amazing.
It's surreal is the only word I really have for it, is like knowing that people are gonna see it and my name is on it, and it's just like it gives me like a mental whiplash, I guess.
And the fact that it's international.
Yeah.
and here's the proof.
Mm-hmm.
Across the pond, here he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, big fan. Yeah. So,
Thank you.
We're like worried about running over, but we really need to address
Yes.
the last question, I think, before we like wrap this up.
Yes.
So, Ginger, I think you should take this one.
Yep. So, question from the wonderful Red the Abnormal. What is your mundane superpower? Can't be something that you can save the world with, like flying or telekinesis. Something super mundane.
Well, Lilah, I'm going to let you start.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have 2 in mind. The first one that I think I would like just absolutely love is to bloom flowers on command.
Ooh, interesting.
Wow.
Or go invisible for like 20-30 seconds.
Okay.
Like nothing.
What would you do for that 20-30 seconds though? Such
Like,
a small
just-
window.
Just get out of awkward situations that I don't want to be in. Or like if I get catcalled or something and it's just like, nope.
Yeah,
Or just if I'm in a conversation I don't like, I can just like disappear, go behind them and walk out.
Yeah, Yeah, so like Homer Simpson in the hedge meme made flesh.
Yeah.
Okay.
What would yours
Ginger,
be?
what would you want?
I think to be able to just look at someone and them fully understand when I don't want to talk to them. Like the ability to look at someone and either say, I want to communicate with you, or leave me the hell alone.
I mean, if you make the right face now, you can do that.
It doesn't work. Earlier today, I was standing outside of my boss's apartment, and I was standing there waiting for someone, and a dude walked up to me and wouldn't leave me alone, and I was avoiding eye contact, doing the whole 9 yards, and he then leaned against the wall beside me and kept trying to talk to me for 5 minutes. And I finally looked at him and I said, leave.
Yeah.
And he still didn't get it.
Fucking tree.
It's like, I will punch you in the throat. Leave me alone.
So then, like, part of your superpower can be like a boxing glove comes out your chest, like that scene in Alien.
Yes.
Right to the neck.
Just. It's like, oh, I'm done talking to you. Punch. Bye. Walk away.
Shut the fuck up. In the movie of my life, you're in the ending credits as construction worker number 2. Says you're a piece of shit.
Pretty much, man. Like.
What would yours be, Druid?
Okay. So, the first one would be to look at my bizarrely evolved feet, and then to grow a thumb on the edge of those feet, and have monkey feet. And then I could play 2 video games at once.
Or play against yourself.
Oh yeah, have 2 players and zombies and get more XP.
That's called jacking off.
Oh god.
No, god damn it. There it is. There it is.
I want to play against myself for a minute. No, yeah, N64 GoldenEye.
Yep.
I like both the players. I don't know, it's
Yes.
like playing chess in the park against like Larry David. I don't know. Or being able to vacuum with my mouth but not taste anything that goes in.
Interesting.
Yeah, it'd be like, Luigi's Mansion without the peripherals.
Uh-huh.
So I'm just... I'm like, yeah.
So...
The garbage is sorted. Because I feel like I'm always picking up trash. Be it, friends or beer cans.
So you want to pick up the trash with your mouth?
Yeah, just like... But I can't taste it. So
all right,
fine.
Kirby.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, and then I shit a brick. After... I've got like I've got the biggest like loser down B on Super Smash Brothers Melee. But IRL.
Oh my god.
So like I just down B in my soul. I turn in like I've sucked up an ashtray. And then I press down B in my like brain, and then I turn into a brick, and then nobody talks to me. He's like, he's doing that move again. Fucking asshole.
Fucking asshole.
I'm on the edge of Hyrule Temple. What the fuck? Serious Super Smash Brothers lore.
I love it. I fucking love it.
Yeah, so suck up garbage. Suck up garbage.
Human vacuum cleaner.
Yeah. Human vacuum cleaner. Oh no, it sounds horrible.
You're the one who wanted that superpower, not me.
Can I change my superpower, please?
What would you change it to? After human vacuum cleaner?
Human dishwasher. I'd suck up dirty plates, so I wouldn't be able to taste the food on them, and they'd just come out clean. And then
oh god, I wouldn't want to use those plates.
But where did they go in, and where did they come out?
So, like, the pH scale in my body is just, like, amazing. So it's, like, it smells like lemons when it comes out. And then I press down B in my brain and I turn into a brick. And Link is out of the Hyrule Temple on Super Smash Bros. Melee because I'm basically Kirby in every single version of this story. And don't worry, I'm gonna edit my whole answer to this out of the
Oh my god.
I'm gonna edit the whole fucking thing out.
Oh my god.
Bloopers.
That was so good.
I still want to know where the plates come out.
Oh, it's probably best you don't know.
It's not what you'd expect, we'll put it at that.
It comes out my belly button.
I mean, it's better than other spots.
Right?
I call it umbilical dishes.
Oh my god.
from from my mouth to yours. Umbilical dishes from my mouth to yours.
Oh my god, I don't think that's quite the response that Red had expected once he asked that question.
No, but that's
Become
amazing.
the dining fetus in my mind restaurant.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh shit. Well, that being the last audience question for you, Lilah. I think we're gonna wrap it up. Where can everybody find you?
I'm mostly on Twitch at Delilah_Rose8. And I have an Etsy shop at Delilah's Oddities on Etsy. Obviously.
Wonderful.
Is there anywhere, if anyone wants to get artwork commissioned, where can we find you there?
The best way for that would probably to send me a message on Etsy, just so that I could make a listing there and make it more professional than just a Cash App thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Delilah's Oddities on Etsy would probably be the best for commissions if anyone's interested in that.
Beautiful.
Excellent. Yeah, thank you so much for being on the podcast, Lilah.
Yes,
Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you both.
It's been so much fun, and I can't wait to cause more chaos and havoc with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
As time goes on.
So, Ginger, shall we announce the next guest on today's podcast?
Yes. So, our next guest is going to be the wonderful AdsEW. Good friend of the stream.
Love that man.
Someone I love and appreciate so much, and he doesn't get the recognition he deserves. So I can't wait to have him on. It's going to be a good time, and I'm just so excited.
I'm so hyped.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
I can't wait to hear the first episode.
Oh, yeah.
It's coming soon. I think we're hoping Monday.
Yes.
Ooh.
That's the hope.
Fingers crossed.
Yes.
And monkey toes as well.
Yes.
Druid and his damn monkey feet.
Are you going to be able to think about my feet without thinking that I'm like climbing from branches?
I try not to think about anybody's feet, but now...
Now we have to.
So I'm fucking Quentin Tarantino right now.
Oh, I love it. Well,
Don't worry, that we're gonna edit that out.
That's beautiful. So, Lilah, thank you so much for hanging out with us on this episode of GingerTalks. Druid, thank you as always. It has
Thank
been
you guys for having me. I'll be here anytime you guys want.
fabulous. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us, and we will see you, or we will talk to you next time.
Bye,
See you
lovelies.
later.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh.
And there it is.
There it
Jesus.
is.
We've done it.
My